Hi, welcome to another video on my YouTube channel. I'm excited that you took the opportunity and you clicked on the video and you're here. Um, in my YouTube channel, I'm really focusing on German language. I have a series, a learning German series, where I'm going over all the parts that I really think you need to become relatively fluent in German. At the end of the day, most important thing is your effort, what you put into it. But I think that it's very important that you learn a language in the right sequence, and you first tackle certain things before moving on to other things. And I think that's very, very important if you want to become successful at learning a new language. And I'm still, not very fluent in German, but I'm really enjoying learning German. And I wanted to just share because some things I made massive mistakes with, some things have worked well, and I thought that sharing my tips, sharing how I thought it worked would be very helpful. So I have an entire series on that on my YouTube channel. I also have uploaded my podcast on my YouTube channel. I try and make one podcast a week because there's actually a lot of research that goes into making every podcast. Um, and yeah, it relates to the first 15 to 20 episodes strongly relate to German. I really do a deep dive in German society and culture, focus on many different aspects. I even look at German history, 'cause social studies is one of my favorite subjects in school. And I look at German history, how it's affected the present. So that's been a big part of the course. I mean, not the course, the podcast. But in terms of this course, my learning German course, I wanted to include a different type of video. This is still going in the learning German playlist, by the way, even though it's not necessarily learning German. This is important. This is German culture, and I wanted to go over the demographics in Germany just so you can understand that. And it, makes you more knowledgeable on Germany when because you're learning German language. And we're gonna have I'm gonna, once we get deeper in this, I might have, different videos that focus solely on maybe even a chapter that focus solely on that. Um, but yeah, let's just get straight into it. By the way, um, I'd appreciate it if you dropped a like on the video. It helps my channel, helps me grow, helps more people see the content because that's how the YouTube algorithm works. So if you subscribed and dropped a like, that would really be helpful. But yeah, let's just get straight into it. So German demographics. What are the demographics in Germany? So just looking at Germany in a map, right? I wanted you to see because not everyone knows, but Germany is really dead center in Europe, and we're gonna. If you listen to the podcast, talk a lot about German history. There are a lot of wars fought in German history. There's a lot of conflict. Germany is smack in the middle of Europe, as you see in the green right there, and you could probably argue pretty center in the entire world. It's a really unique position. And yeah, but that's really where Germany's located. Compared to other European countries, it's actually quite large. Um, but then in the grand scheme of things, compared to the world, its population is concentrated pretty densely. But yeah, looking even closer, right now you see Germany on a map of pretty much only Europe. Didn't even include all of Europe, but yeah, I wanted you to see Germany on a map of Europe, so it just widens your perspective. And you can compare it to other countries in terms of geographical size by looking at this map. Um, and now, specifically in Germany, this is a map of Germany. Um, Important, that Switzerland, Austria, the Czech Republic, Poland is right next to Germany, and that's important because there are a lot of German-speaking people there. Switzerland, one of their official languages is German. Germany, Austria's official language is German, um, and that's one of the reasons why, because they're so close. Um, France is next. So, like I said earlier, right? Germany's smack in the middle of Europe. Yep, France one side, Belgium, Netherlands, Switzerland, Austria, Czech Republic, Poland. It's smack in the middle. Now, if you look at Germany, right? Obviously, you'll know about Berlin Wall separated East and West Germany. Now look at East Germany, right? You have Dortmund, you have Mainz, you have Cologne or Köln, as you'd say in German. Um, you have the line was split right next to Munich. That's where the line was split. Nuremberg's on the left side, Augsburg, Stuttgart, um, those are some Frankfurt's another city. Those are, big cities. You've probably heard of them, those before, Dusseldorf. But on the west side of Germany is probably more, I mean, those that's but yeah, like I said, the west side, which is what we're talking about here, you've heard of more cities. Now you look on the east side, you have Berlin, but other than Berlin, do you know many other cities? Hamburg, Berlin, those are the and Bremen, those are the only 3 that I know. And part of that reason is because the West is developed much more quicker, economically than the east side of Germany, and large part because of um, the different, the difference leaderships in West Germany compared to East Germany for that time period. You can also tell that a lot more cities, a lot more. The population of Germany, of the west side of Germany, is a lot greater than the population east side of Germany. A lot more rural area in East Germany. You can see on the map too, right? The cities are much more spread out from each other, and West Germany much more closer to each other. That's an important thing to consider too. But yeah, uh, and by the way, Zurich is very close to Germany. If you look at the bottom of the map, Zurich's the capital of Switzerland, and there are many, many German-speaking people in Zurich. But yeah, largest cities in Germany. If you look back, right, Berlin is the largest, and Hamburg's the second largest. So the two largest are actually in East Germany, but the rest, Munich, Köln, Frankfurt, Stuttgart, Dusseldorf, um, Dortmund, Dusseldorf, here, right here, Dortmund, Dusseldorf, Munich was split between the middle, Stuttgart, uh, any others that they mentioned? Frankfurt and Cologne. Frankfurt's right here. Köln or Cologne. Cologne is the English way of spelling it, but it's really Köln. Um, that's right there. So you see, there are a lot more populated cities on the west side of Germany, which makes sense if you consider the history. But now looking at the population demographics, right? Germany's total population is 84 million, which is quite large for a territory that's that small. It's not small, but it's not if you compare it to the United States population, which is about 320 million, about 4 times, right? The US, the size of the United States is much more greater than 4 times. The size of Germany is very similar to the size of Texas, and the population is 84 million. The population of Texas is nowhere close to 84 million. The fertility rate in Germany is 1.6. Um, Germany is a first world country, and you'll see that through these numbers. The life expectancy is 82 years. That's better than the United States. I believe the United States life expectancy is around 79 years. The infant mortality is 2.1 per 1,000 births. Obviously, you don't want to lose two infants per 1,000 births, but that's still very, very strong compared to many other countries in the world. The urban to rural population split shows you, how densely populated cities are, 76 to 24. And if you look at the race breakdown in Germany, not many immigrants in Germany, not many immigrants. 87% of the population is German. 2% is Turkish, 1% is Polish, 10% other. And out of the 10% other, a lot of that other is for countries that are around Germany, right here. Netherlands, Belgium, France, Austria, Switzerland, Czech Republic, Poland, even Denmark too. A lot of those countries are where many of those people come from. There are not many immigrants in Germany. But yeah, that's really it. I just wanted to give you a breakdown of German demographics so you understand Germany's a first world country. You see it on a map. You understand a bit about the East and West Germany and how it's caused, some cities to be more developed than others, and you can tell that by the population breakdown. You also look at these numbers, right? Germany's clearly a first world country. However, there are not many immigrants in Germany. And we'll talk about when I make more cultural videos, we'll talk about how that's led to, a lot of anti-immigration feelings in Germany and the rise of, very right-wing political groups really recently, by the way, too, within the last 3 to 4 years. But that's discussion for a long time from now. We're still focusing on learning German, but the cultural stuff is very interesting to me, and I want to include that in this course so that you at least get exposed to it. So if you're interested and you can continue to watch the videos. If you're not, just don't watch them. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope it was productive. I hope you learned something new, and goodbye.